Hello, my friends. For today's reading, we are looking at, well, you have a message, but it's hidden for now because first things first, who are you? You are the turtle person. And how will you know this reading is for you? So that's the question I'm trying to find an answer to now. How will you know this reading is for you? Oh, that was interesting. I guess they really don't want to talk to you. All right. Is this reading meant for you? How will you know this reading is meant for you? How will you know this reading is meant for you? Ooh, interesting. That's pretty. January. Okay, so either January was significant or it will be significant to you. And a new job or career, perhaps beginning, or I don't know. Maybe it has to do with January, maybe not. All right. Then we have a chain of events that will affect your life, perhaps this new job and career thing. Romance, celebration, party. Success assured with good plans and hard work. Feeling tied down or frustrated. All right. And any or all of those may have to do with January and your new job or career. Maybe you haven't got a new job or career yet, but you're thinking about one. Very seriously thinking about one, not just passing thoughts. We all go home and complain about our jobs or careers and talk about leaving sometimes, but we're not serious about it. This is for someone who is serious about it. Not someone who's been talking about it for years and doing nothing. But someone who is or has taken action. All right, so that's how you will know this is for you. It seems like you have a very job-oriented outlook, and yet we have romance, celebration, and party. Perhaps you are someone who has an active social life and really likes to have a good time. I don't know. Okay. And my next question is, who are you? And you may be thinking, why am I asking that? It's because self-knowledge is a wonderful thing. So what is it about yourself that you need drawn to your attention? And for whatever reason, I'm being called to the Celtic Mandala cards. What about yourself do you need drawn? Pay more attention to. I don't think I've ever drawn from this particular, well, this deck is sort of divided into suits. And I don't believe I've ever drawn from this suit before. Anything else that you need to pay attention to? You may already be aware of this. You may not be aware of this. You may be partially aware of this. In any case, it's something you need to give a little more attention to. So, we have the dagger and the brooch. So, dagger is 33, defense and security. Seems pretty obvious, but let's see what the book has to say. Most adult Celts carried a small dagger with them. Usually it was used for cutting up food, but it could be used for defense if the situation warranted. The dagger warns of potential danger from a nearby source. This source may come from a person, a situation, an event, or from something you're working on. The other cards may help you determine which. You must take steps to defend yourself. Ensure your actions are open and above reproach. Treat others with courteously and try to diffuse unpleasant situations before they reach a critical point. Make sure you have a place or person to retreat to should events go badly. Well, that is not very promising. 37, brooch. Joining, building bridges, bringing together. Celtic brooches were beautiful pieces of jewelry with intricate designs. Pinned at the shoulder, they fastened the cloaks that everyone wore. You have the opportunity and skill to heal breaches of friendship and trust and bring together those who have been separated. Make the effort to get in touch. Arrange to meet, to talk, and share memories. This is a good time to talk with your partner or lover about your joint future and to forge new friendships and make new business acquaintances. Be seen, be heard, and make connections. All right. And yet we have this defense security. I think I'll draw some cards to clarify it, but I think that this is a case where you have been very, very defensive. Whether or not you needed to be that defensive is a different question. Maybe you did. Let's see what we'll do one card at a time. See what the tarot has to say about this. Clarify the dagger. We have the Four of Cups coming up again. I say again because it came out in a reading, one of the shorts I did today. The Soul Connection short, if that's of interest to you. The Tower came up too. All right. Something is going on with your permanent relationships, your community, your friends, your family, people you've had very long-term relationships with, or at least that's the intention. It could be a spouse, or, it could just be maybe you chose not to get married, but it's a long-term relationship. Either way, it doesn't matter. These are very long-term relationships that aren't going anywhere anytime soon, but this is in reverse. So there are problems there. And it could well be that this is the danger that the dagger is warning of. Or that's how you're feeling about it anyway. You're also feeling this apathy. You're going back and forth, I think, because it came. This card and this card both came up in that other reading today. So I think I'm reading for the same collective, and in that reading you had the Four of Cups in reverse and the Tower in reverse. In this reading you have them in the upright. So there seems to be some instability inside you. Or this is coming true. your internal changes are leading to external changes, which is to be expected. What I'm really puzzled about is why the Four of Cups is now in the upright. So where you were finally recognizing that you had the answers within yourself, that you could change. Now you have the Four of Swords in reverse. Interesting. Because the Four of Swords in reverse can speak to somebody who is ready to come out of reflection and start taking action on what, well, so Four of Swords in the uprights, rest, reflection, recovery, recuperation. And this can be a physical recuperation, but you have the Four of Cups here, and yet the Tower was in reverse on that other reading I did today, so that suggests internal work. Both of these cards suggest internal, or the Tower in reverse and the Four of Cups suggest internal work, perhaps a lot of meditation, thinking things through. And now a time for action, for movement, time for change. That time of rest and reflection is coming to an end because of all the internal work that's been done. There's going to be a change in your foundation, and with that kind of thing, it makes sense that there's changes in your community as well. Your permanent relationships are changing. And I completely understand why you feel so at risk. Defense, security, because this is very unsettling, and you may be finding out that some people were not really on your side. Some people that you really trusted. So that's unfortunate, but it's better that you know than that you don't know. So that's one aspect of who you are that you need to be paying attention to. Now we'll look at the other one. Joining, building bridges, bringing together. All right, that one was very interesting. Because I believe it said something about repairing relationships. You have the opportunity and skill to heal breaches of friendship and trust and bring together those who have been separated. Make the effort to get in touch, arrange to meet, to talk, and share memories. This is a good time to talk with your partner or lover about your joint future and to forge new friendships and make new business acquaintances. Be seen, be heard, and make connections. So it sounds like there is some damage to some of your permanent relationships. Some of them have likely ended and needed to, and others need to be repaired and restored. Only you will know which is which, but let's see if we can get any clarification on it. I still think this is something you're going to have to figure out, because everybody's situation is going to be different. So it's not likely I can get a lot of specifics, but we'll see. Who or what bridges need to be rebuilt? What connections need to be made? I'm always cautious about this one. It's a party card. I mean, it can be about communication. It can be about a really nice get-together with friends. but you have it in crossing, so it can also be excess partying. And friends who... That kind of a friend group is not really supportive. Three of Swords, Five of Pentacles. Wow, okay, so you've been feeling left out in the cold and heartbroken, and you want to fix all of that. Perhaps you looked to partying as a way to numb the pain for some time, so that you wouldn't have to deal with it. You wouldn't have to build bridges, reach out, try to repair anything. But we have the Sun. You want some happiness back. Perhaps you finally figured out that partying does not give you happiness. It's just a false happiness, which I've discussed in recent readings as well. But now there's a desire for the Sun in the upright. True happiness. Now we have the Three of Wands. This is a very dark looking Three of Wands. So, my understanding of the Three of Wands is that it's a time of expansion, creativity, looking out and seeing broader horizons, new possibilities. It's not so much the ships coming in, which I have, it's kind of a traditional interpretation, but just this sense of expansion of what you see, of the world around you, of your own possibilities, of what your life could be, of who you could be. Maybe, you know, if you're a creator of some sort, writer, artist, musician, whatever, more inspiration. So perhaps you are feeling inspired to do something that will bring happiness, true happiness to you, as well as healing the heartbreak and ending the sense of being left out in the cold. So this is what you need to be paying attention to. I think you need to be selective about who you build bridges with, about the connections you make. But you're seeing new possibilities. That's good too. And perhaps you are learning to transmute some of your more difficult experiences. Perhaps you're learning from them, learning how to turn them into maybe inspiration, maybe ideas for other things you could be doing with your life that would make you happier. A new career, job. Didn't we have that? Yeah, we did. So perhaps this is, as painful as this has all been, perhaps it is the inspiration or the source of new possibilities for your life. All right. So those are things that you need to be looking at for yourself. Let's talk about, see, this is why you need to be selective. Let's talk about the turtle, since you are the turtle person, and we haven't talked about that. Remember I was talking about a creator, somebody who writes or draws or paints, or a musician, or I suppose is online creating that way. Any kind of creator at all. Creativity. And that, here we go, brings us back to the turtle. Ancient soul, grounded, trusting, at home in the self. Perhaps you are achieving that? It is wonderful to be in the presence of a turtle personality. Like the beaver, the turtle has a strong relationship with the earth and water elements simultaneously. This helps to ground and connect them to the deeper truths of life, no matter where their travels lead them. Turtle energy is behind all great writers and storytellers as they collect life experiences under their shells for later use. So that's what I was saying about transmuting your experiences here. Okay. The most potent turtle energy helps us close all the other books and begin to tell our own true tale. So journey to the self, to authenticity. When in balance, peaceful, adventurous, and productive. When out of balance, slows down to a halt. To bring into balance an adventure. So, perhaps you have a bit of a wanderer's heart. And you have to find ways to satisfy that aspect of your personality too. All right, finally, this was your message, 40. Co-create. The other intriguing thing I find about this is that cheetahs have been coming up a lot in my readings lately. And here we go, another cheetah. Okay, here is your message. Co-create, essential meanings, creativity, art, inspiration, fruition, manifestation. I think we're seeing a theme here. The Oracle's message: you may not consider yourself a creative person, but in fact you are creating your reality every moment of every day via your thoughts, feelings, beliefs, intentions, and actions. Yet you must consider that you do so in partnership with Spirit, consciousness, God, or whatever name you call your higher power. You are a spark of this intelligence that works through you, nudging you with inspired thought and intuitive guidance. You are a paintbrush that co-creates a beautiful, unique expression of your own individuality, blended with universal spirit. You are a product of divine inspiration, and now you're aligned with it to create miracles. When you view your life as art, and know you co-create it, only beauty and grace result. Prepare to be amazed. Okay, protection message. You are trying too hard to create all that you desire without the nurturing, vital force of spirit. Perhaps you are in a creative slump, suffering writer's block, facing a monumental task but unable to decide on your first step. So you just avoid doing anything. Does the word overwhelmed apply to you right now? Why do you think it all has to come down to you? Inspiration means the drawing in of divine guidance. You must tap into spirit, not simply yourself. Ask spirit for inspiration. Two minds are greater than one, so co-create with your divine partner. Reclaim your partnership with spirit. Inspiration will flow through you as soon as you get out of your own way. Well, that's a challenge, speaking from experience. So, that is your guidance for today. This is definitely all about creativity and a lot of change. I am wishing you all the best and a very creative day or time. I'm sure you can do it. Good luck.